Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden from Cartoon Apocalypse, and I was actually up last night. If you see the title, then you know exactly what's going on because there was a Star vs. the Forces of Evil scavenger hunt for cards. Now, it's supposed to be continuing. I'm not exactly too sure. There's only been 2 searches, which I'll go into more detail here in a minute. But Darren Nacy just tweeted out some coordinates that people could go to and get a deck of cards. Now there was only 2 decks of cards handed out at this point in time, and I was just ready. This is why there was no video on this last night, because I was just ready to go out and get it. But the second deck of card took a while to find, so there wasn't actually any more coordinates released yet. So hopefully there will be some more coordinates later, and if there are coordinates in my state, then you better bet I will be going out and getting it. So I hope there is, and I would love to get my hand on it. But I will be going through in detail exactly each and every single one of these cards and what's pretty much going on. But before I do that, I just want to say, do you guys remember that one video that I made, the next big thing versus Cartoon Apocalypse? Ooh, that video was fun to make. But the next big thing actually uploaded yesterday, about I don't know exactly how long ago, but he uploaded a video, and that was his analysis on Divide and Conquer, and he actually sort of reacted to it. So I'll be playing the clip right here.
Let's just go back down the hill.
Oh, it is on. It is.
She's got our flags.
Okay. Oh, it's on, Cartoon Apocalypse. Okay. This is vengeance. This is vengeance. This. You're so. Oh, it's on now. Alright. So you want quality content, huh? You want quality content? Guess what? I'm not working today. So it's vengeance! Vengeance!
Also, that clip in the beginning was just a mere way of saying that Cartoon Apocalypse, this video is revenge. I took the day off from work simply to instead spend the entire day editing, so joke's on you.
So I was just laughing the entire time that I saw this because I've been waiting for his reaction for a couple days now. Actually, it was only a couple days. I was expecting it to be way longer, but it was actually only a couple days. But I was just laughing because it was so funny to see his reaction to it, and I was like, yes, we did it, boys and girls. But pretty much he was like, this is vengeance and joke's on you because I took the day off. So joke's on you. I was like, well, I still got the video out first. So alright. So I thought that was super cool, and thanks The Next Big Thing for responding to my video, I guess. Alright. And now to the actual part of the video that you came here to see. So Darren Nacy tweeted out on April 7th, which was yesterday for me, coordinates. Then she said, tell them that Star sent you and post what you find. So a good maybe 30 or 40 minutes went by until eventually somebody found it, and their name is Jacob Pennell. Now this first location was in LA, and I don't live in LA, so I wasn't able to get my hands on it. So Darren Nacy tweeted out, yes, Jacob is the first to find the cards. On them you will find the 13 queens from the Magic Book of Spells. Keep checking back on my Twitter, more card decks will be appearing in surprise locations around the USA. And Jacob tweeted out, at Darren Nacy, is this what I was supposed to find? And she just retweeted it. So he was the first one to actually get cards, and it was super exciting. Now she did say that there was a couple more posters that she thought was left, and I think there was some more posters. Again, I don't live in LA, so I wasn't able to get my hands on it, but that was pretty cool. And the poster that Jacob received was actually signed by Darren Nacy and what looked like Ludo, or the voice actor for Ludo, which I thought was pretty cool. And then about 2 hours later, Darren Nacy tweeted out again a set of coordinates and then said, tell them Star sent you and post what you find. And now this one was actually linked from Tumblr from someone who worked on the Star versus team. And so it makes me believe that the next coordinates will have something to do with more people who work on the Star team. So I hope that we get to see more coordinates. Darren Nacy will obviously be posting more stuff about it because she said more decks will be appearing around the USA. And I don't think 2 means more. I mean, sure, that's 1 more, but I think we will definitely see more than just 1 more deck of cards. And literally hours went by, and she even retweeted like a couple hours later, did anyone find this one yet? Because it had been a while since anyone had like tweeted about it, and just nobody had found it for a while until like 5 hours went by. And then someone by the name of Tatium found it. She tweeted out, "I got it!" exclamation point. And then Darren Nacy retweeted this and said, "Yes, second deck found by Tatium. Congrats." So this means that the next one could be dropping anytime soon. I don't know, I hope it's here soon because it's a Sunday and I don't have anything going on today pretty much. So I would love to get my hands on it if it happened to be in my state or close to where I live. So I went onto Jacob's Twitter account and he had posted pictures of each of the cards. So I took those pictures and put them on and then named them and all this stuff. So now I have the complete deck of cards that we can look after. Now, the picture quality is not the best because I'm assuming that Jacob just took a picture with his iPhone, which I don't expect the quality to be the best. It'd be about the same quality if I took a picture from my phone. But it's enough to where we can see what's going on and take that information and like analyze it or something. Or analyze it, because people get annoyed when I say analyze, alright? Analyze it. So I was like, you know what, I wonder if there's any particular order in this, because on both of the pictures, Star was the very first card. So I actually tweeted at Tatium saying, were the cards in any order when you got them? Star was on the front, so does that mean that Moon was behind her? As in, I wanted to know if the order had related to when their kingdom was in line, pretty much. And so I said, do you remember the order they were in? Thanks. So she responded with yes, but I don't think that was a predetermined order. They went as follows: Star, Solaria, Squeen, Rena, the Mini Poster, Monster Lover, Moon, Justin, Festivia, Estrenial, Eclipsa, Denarinia, Crescenta, Comet, Selenia. By the way, I love your channel. Thank you so much for this. This is great information, and I just had wished that it was in a particular order, but sadly it was not, so we can't really gain any information on this. But don't worry guys, we will learn eventually, because when the Magic Book of Spells comes out in July, these will actually be in there. I do not think that there will be a deck of cards. I asked Darren Nefsey and she didn't reply because she's Darren Nefsey, but I do hope that, getting a deck of cards would be amazing, but I do hope that we learn more information, and I'm sure we will. So thanks again, Tatium. I appreciate that you had responded to me on such a quickly manner so I could make this video when I am. So I'm just going to go in the order of the folder that I have them in, and that's just by the name, so it's going to go from A to Z. So that's just the order we're going to go in. So the first card that we have here is Selena the Shy. And so we can see up at the top, there's her names. There's like a butterfly percentage. Not really a percentage, there could be like 1 or 5, I think. And then we can see a picture of the princess, or the queen, whatever you want to say. And then the next section is the royal sign, and that's pony head. And then there's a height, and then there's a symbol. So the symbol is the symbol on their cheeks. And the royal sign, I don't know exactly what that is, but I do think that it has something to do with, like, if you guys know the month thing, where it's like the constellations of your birthday, I think that might have something to do with it. I'm not exactly too sure what it is. If you guys know, you can leave it down in the comment section down below. It's greatly appreciated. And then the next section is attributes. There's a strength, a potion crafting, a wisdom, a dexterity, a constitution, and shyness. Now, each of these cards seem to have different attributes. There are some that stay the same, but there are a lot that differ. Like this one particularly, I see a lot of difference in this one compared to like Stars, for example. And we can see that Selena was actually more of a witch, or you could call her a witch if you wanted to. She did a lot of things with potions. That's where I got the witch from. Now, her strength was very weak, only at 2, and her potion crafting was at 20. So she was good with potions, and she was pretty wisdomy with a wisdom of 14, but you will see that a lot of these queens have a higher wisdom. And her shyness was up at 20 as well. So the next one is Comet the Chef. Now she has 5 butterflies out of 5, and her royal sign is a narwhal. Now her cheek symbol seems to be a butterfly, and her height is 5 feet. Also, Selena's height was 5 feet, I forgot to mention that, and her butterflies is 4 out of 5. Now, Comet's strength was 13, her intelligence was 18, her wisdom was 18, so a fairly high queen. Her dexterity was 12, her constitution was 17, and charisma was 17. So this queen seems to be pretty good at what she does. Now the next one is Crescenta the Eager. Now she has 5 butterflies out of 5, and her auroral sign was Hydria, which I don't know exactly what that is. Her height was 5 feet 12 inches, and her sign was it reminds me of a rabbit. I don't exactly know exactly what it is, but it reminds me of a rabbit. Now her strength was 13, her intelligence was 16, her wisdom was 10, her dexterity was 20, her constitution was 20, her charisma was 4. So again, a 5 out of 5 butterfly queen. Now, I don't exactly know what that symbolizes. Maybe it's the rarity, because I think that's like how Pokemon works, because it's the rarity. So maybe that this queen was rare, maybe that's the lifespan. I have no idea what this means, but we might learn about it later in the show, or like when we get the Magic Book of Spells. Now, the next queen is Derhenna the Hipper. Now, excuse me guys, I have no idea how to pronounce these names. They're kind of weird, so I don't exactly know what to do with them. But this queen is only 1 butterfly out of 5, so that's like, whoa, this queen is different. Her cheek symbol is a circle, so this kind of debunks all the cards theories, because like the cheek symbols can be anything. It just happened to so be the 4 cards, and that was just a coincidence, I guess. But her height was 4 feet and 2 inches, so she was a shorter queen, and her auroral sign was a Warnicorn. Now, this is why this queen is so interesting, because her strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution were all NA, which is not applicable, so we seriously don't know anything about this queen, and her charisma is a heart. So what does this mean? We seriously have no idea what's going on with this queen, and I think this might play a part later, or maybe it was just like, hey, we gotta throw in one of these guys, right? So let's just make it this person. So I have no idea what this queen really means, and will she play a bigger role later in the show? Quite possibly. Or at least maybe be brought up. Because I think all the future queens will be brought up later in Season 4, because I feel like Star's going to want to know her true past. But maybe we'll learn more about her in the show. So that would be cool to learn. So the next one on the list is Eclipsa, the Queen of Darkness. Now Eclipsa is 5 out of 5 butterflies, and her height is 5'2". Her auroral sign is a demon, which makes sense, and her cheek marks is a spade, because we do know that, because we've seen her in the show. And her strength is 14, intelligence is 18, wisdom is 16, dexterity is 15, constitution is 18, and charisma is 18. So a little bit above average on everything, it seems like. And let me just mention, these card pictures look very dynamic, they look beautiful, and I think they look amazing. But we can see a good picture of her monster husband that just looks evil. Her monster husband and her in this photo just look evil. And a lot of people are thinking, hey, you know what, Eclipsa might be evil. She looked kind of suspicious at the very end of the show, like it was all part of a plan. So Eclipsa could be the main villain in Season 4. Now the next queen is Estreliel the Drafted. Now, Estreliel might not be how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. But her auroral sign is a blowhole. She has 4 out of 5 butterflies, a flower silhouette as her cheek symbol. Her height is 5'5", and her strength is 4, intelligence 16, wisdom 16, dexterity 10, constitution 8, and charisma 12. So a little bit below average, except maybe on the intelligence side and maybe the wisdom side. But this queen just did not meet up to the standards. Like, the strength is just low, and we can see in the photo that she wrote, and that's probably why her name is Estreliel the Drafted. Now the next one is Festivia the Fun. Now we know a little bit about Festivia and how she was the one who replaced Meteora, but we don't know too much about her other than that. And she has 3 out of 5 butterflies. Her cheek symbol is a little like a curved diamond. Her auroral sign is a pixie. Her height is 6'1", so she was a tall lady. And her attributes, strength is 12, intelligence is 12, wisdom is 8, dexterity is 19, constitution is 10, and charisma is 20. So she has high points and low points. Like, her wisdom is just lower than most queens, but like her dexterity and charisma is up there compared to the rest of the queens. And then this guy. This guy's name is Justine, I think is how you pronounce it, the Boy Queen. Now I think Daranisi actually confirmed that if the queen gave birth to a boy, then they would just become the new queen, except as a boy queen. So they have 1 butterfly out of 5, and their royal sign is a bog slug. Now their cheek mark is a clover, and his height is 6 feet. So strength is 10, math, that's a new one, that's 20 plus. So this guy was a pretty smart and intelligent guy if he knows how to do all this math. His wisdom is 4, dexterity is 3, constitution is 3, and charisma is 4. So not very good. I mean, he's kind of powerful and he's like very smart in the math aspect, but everything else he's just a womp womp. And in the photo we do see the little like lizard guy, and that reminds me of the lizards that we saw in the magic dimension. So could that mean something? Possibly. Does it confirm something? No. It could just be a random thing, but I'm not too sure. So that's something that we will definitely learn, hopefully, in Season 4, or when we get the Magic Book of Spells, which I have pre-ordered and I will be making videos on, by the way. So the next one is Moon the Undaunted. Now, she is 5 butterflies out of 5, and her royal sign is a dead horse, which makes sense. Chauncey, remember, I think he was a horse. I'm not exactly too sure what Chauncey was, but he's there, I guess. Her cheek symbol is a diamond, her height is 5'7", her strength is 15, intelligence 17, wisdom 17, common sense 19, constitution 13, and charisma 16. So she is a little bit above average on everything, except maybe the constitution part. And in the background, we do see her silhouette of when she was taking out Toffee. We can see the finger in the very background, the 3 finger with Toffee, and her, and we could tell that that's her and not Star because of her outfit and the cheek symbol. So I thought that that was pretty cool. Man, there are a lot of these. Alright, so the next one is Rena the Riddled. Now, she is 5 butterflies out of 5, and her royal sign is a tadpole. Now, her cheek symbol is an infinity loop, and her height is 5'5". Her strength is 14, intelligence 11, wisdom 10, wrist power 20, constitution 17, charisma 3. So we do see wrist power. Now, that's a new one, so we don't exactly know exactly what that means, but that's pretty good. Her strength is 14, so about the same as Moon's. Intelligence is 11, wisdom is 10, constitution 17, so a little bit below average. Constitution, I think, is about average. Intelligence and wisdom are about lower average, and charisma is just like down there. So this is pretty interesting, and her picture is like she has a cube, and it reminds me of a Rubik's Cube, and her name is Rena the Riddled, so that means something, doesn't it? So the next one is Shaween, Queen of Hours. Now this queen is 5 out of 5 butterflies. Her cheek symbol is an hourglass. Her royal sign is a silkworm. Her height is 5 feet. Her strength is 16, intelligence is 18, wisdom is 20, dexterity is 5, constitution 18, and charisma is 7. So she has some high points and some low points, like her charisma and dexterity, not too good, but her wisdom is 20, that's really good, and intelligence and constitution are a little bit above average. And her strength is a little bit above average too. And I do believe we did learn that she did create the Warnicorn Stampede. And I think we learned that from an episode of where Glossric was telling us, or we learned it in the Magic Guide to Mastering Every Dimension. Not exactly too sure exactly where we learned it, but we did learn it somehow, I think. And plus she has the Warnicorns in her picture, so I think that confirms that. And her royal sign is a silkworm. I can't remember if I said that or not. So the next one is Solaria the Monster Carver. Now this is another one of the queens that we have seen in the tapestry room. Now she is 5 butterflies out of 5. And her royal sign is a lion dragon, and her height is 6'3", so she was a tall woman, and her cheek mark was a lightning bolt. Now her strength was 20, now that is huge, and over to the right we see her cold determination at 18, so she was just like willing to kill anything we see, and it's just like, wow, she was like a beast. Her intelligence was 13, wisdom 13, constitution 20, and charisma 13. Again, the constitution, that's high, but then the wisdom, the intelligence, and the charisma, they're all on the low end a little bit. And now the last queen card. Now I'm calling Star a queen because she stepped up as role as queen in Divide and Conquer. Now, she goes by the name of Star the Underestimated. Now, if I'm being perfectly honest, she didn't do too well in Divide and Conquer, so I don't know. I mean, she didn't seem to meet up to Eclipsa's standards. Then again, Meteor was kind of going easy on Eclipsa, so we don't exactly know. And we do learn from Glossaric in the baby episode that she is supposed to have about the same power as Eclipsa. So maybe she just has to train and learn to use her power more, most definitely. But at this point in time, she is not very powerful in my opinion. So she only gets a 3 butterfly out of 5, and her royal sign is a pig goat. And her check marks are obviously a heart. Her height is 5'2". Her strength is 13, intelligence is 16, wisdom is 11, dexterity is 16, constitution 15, and charisma 18. So we do learn that her strength is like 1 below her mother's, which maybe that says something. I mean, she's probably one of the younger queens compared to like Moon, which is her mother. And I think Moon's strength was going based off of her age at this point, and then this is going off of Star's strength at this point, so she could easily gain more strength as time goes on. And the picture looks pretty cool, but the name is what I'm like most looking at, because everyone was thinking, oh, Star's gonna be the rebel princess, but no, she was Star the Underestimated. Now, yes, everyone seems to have underestimated Star in some times, like Moon underestimated Star, and I think River underestimated Star a couple times. Everyone just underestimates Star. But does that mean that she deserves the underestimated title? I'll let you guys be the judge of that, but personally I think they might have, maybe in season 4 we'll get more information on this, because Darren Nisi I think knows how the show's going to end, so possibly we'll get more information about this. And maybe we'll learn more about her in the Magic Book of Spells. Not too sure though. Now, I also did want to point out that there were 2 more cards, or maybe it was like 1 front and back. The first one was like a mini poster. Now the poster was just the typical season 3 poster. But then the other one really got me like conflicted feelings, because remember back to the Eclipsa card, I was like, you know what, this kind of makes the monster lover look kind of evil, and this card is of the monster lover, and it looks like he's breathing out fire of monsters that look like they're going to battle. So I was thinking that Eclipsa's monster husband actually was part of the monster fight, and they eventually lost, and I think he was the leader of this fight. So this is extremely interesting, and this is just pushing the fact that, hey, he could become the main villain of Season 4, as well as Eclipsa and possibly Meteora. It could be nothing, but it could be something way bigger than that. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Aiden, can I get my hands on one of these? And I'm thinking the same thing. Now, my guess is yes, we will be able to. Now, the reason for me thinking that is because there is a little, like, copyright for Disney notice down in the bottom, like, right of most of the cards. So I would love to get my hands on this, and I think it would be super cool to have a deck of cards, or like a Pokemon card thing like this, for Star. So if it comes out and we can buy it, then I'll definitely get it. If it comes with the Magic Book of Spells, even better. So I am super excited to get more information and to see the Book of Spells. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Now, this video ended up being way longer than I wanted it to, but hey, what can I say? There's a lot to talk about here. We had to go through all the princesses, right? Or queens, I guess. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Daily upload should return tomorrow, and it'll just be at the same time every day except for on the weekends, because that's how it usually is. And I also want to thank Askaki, I'm sorry I probably pronounced that wrong, for this amazing piece of fan art, and it looks beautiful. It's hanging up on my wall along with the one by Aria Plus. So thank you guys so much for the fan art. If you guys want to send yours in, you can tweet on us at Twitter or tag us on Instagram or send it to me through my email or something like that. That would be awesome. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I love fan art, it's amazing. So yeah, see you guys later. Goodbye.
Where'd the hairy lady go? I don't know.